for Minecraft. But unlike our previous videos, we are not picking up where we left off. We're picking up somewhere new with the creation of a new world. I died. But what is dead can never die. And we are preparing for world creation once more. Hardcore, the only way to be. All of these things we just leave blank because they take care of themselves. Although sometimes I think of typing in random stuff for the world seed just to see if it would be funny. Like you could do like 24601 to be like the Jean Valjean seed. Maybe it starts you out in a prison. Maybe everywhere looks like Les Miserables. But you know, probably not. But you know, maybe we'll save that for a future one, because the name of the game is Random Seed Hardcore World Generation. We're gonna call this one New World 3. No, that's too daring. What will we call it? Crime Family Redemption. No, that's too hopeful. We'll just call it World. And as we load in, where will it be? On the inside, ooh, we have a terracotta spawn next to a desert. All right, we got trees over there, which means trees are where we got to beeline to. Most important thing is trees. You can get sticks from these things probably, but we don't want too many sticks. A few will serve us well enough. They don't help us knock trees down, though. Grab a cactus just for a sample. I don't think you can eat it, but, you know, you can eat real cactus. Hi, Natasha. Hi, Colin. We have got a jungle here. It looks like we got some bamboo, and we got a shipwreck in the distance. So I would call this, all in all, a very nice spawn. Not only is it shockingly pretty, I love these colors, the blue gradations against it, and apparently we've got some nice little mountainous stuff going in the distance. So nothing but good stuff going on here. We're just going to vigorously punch this, or rather stick it. And alright, so what do? We get a couple more wood. No, this is the amount of wood. Because at a certain point, it's faster to build the wooden axe, but maybe not. So, we make a crafting table, but we can't do that yet. We make a crafting table now. We toss it on the ground. We make a wooden axe and a wooden pickaxe, and that's all. And then we realize that axes take forever, so we have to have stone in order to make a stone hatchet. But most importantly, now that we've walked in water, that's what you got to do to learn how to make a boat. I am just now remembering we need to get that thing marked, and then we're gonna crack this. No, I need to make doors, because if we're going right to a shipwreck, we're not going to want to forget to make doors along the way. Am I going out there like without any food at all? Yeah, that's just where we're at today. We're just not going to worry about beds. We're going to swim in the water and get a couple of raw salmon to eat, and then we're going to that shipwreck. There's probably going to be food out there after all. I've got experience. I know what's up. You know, that's totally how this game works. You just go to the salmon, carefully bash them. Raw food's delicious. Probably could have waited. That would have really proved I know what I'm doing. But now that we've got this, we've got enough planks where if we found a sheep, then we'd be able to make a bed. But if there's not a sheep around, it's not going to take me a long time to search a shipwreck that's mostly about a coral reef spawn. Oh my goodness, it's such a beautiful place. I can't stand it. I cannot stand it. This is awesome. I'm going to make my house on this boat. This boat is going to be my home. I don't care where villages are. We're going to rebuild this boat. We're going to live next to this beautiful jungle and this beautiful badlands. And we're going to explore the coral reef. This, right here, this is where it's at. It's all going to spring from this tiny little shipwreck, which is hopefully going to solve some of my, my dreaming problems by providing me with stuff. All right, ready to roll out. So And now I got some iron. And here's our treasure map. We're gonna grab all this stuff. I mean, we're gonna come back here and make our home here, but first we're going to need a bed. Yes, we certainly will. And for a bed, nothing's better than what we see right here. We've got a savanna and an oak tree split, so we've got actually like quite an interesting cut of biomes right here. But we're gonna go this way. Savannas always seem to have a lot of animals, so we're gonna be able to maybe even get like leather for boots or whatever. We're also going to be keeping an eye out for some stone. We're gonna need to make a furnace. We've got 9+ iron right now, so that's a shield. Probably a pickaxe to raid this nether portal that's here. This spawn is sick. Alright, so I get a little bit of gold armor to start out. Very stylish. And we're just going to make landfall here. Oh, it's a speedrunner. Oh, Natasha, don't go so far as all that. I think it's just a really good spawn. It's probably not like a legendarily good one, but it still feels pretty good. We're going to make our way over here. We're definitely going to find some animals. Here we go. And while we can eat raw beef, it's bad for you. Raw chicken's worse. This is... This is like... Yeah, I need to be doing the jump attacks so that I don't have to use twice as many swings. Gotta conserve. Alright, so sheep. Do I see any sheep? Because if I don't, then we're gonna have a hilarious night. It won't be bad. We're gonna ignore the armadillo. He's just doing his thing, and for this one time, we're gonna let him. None of these chickens look familiar. For once, it's daytime, and the only danger to them is me, and that means they could not possibly be Garuda, for Garuda would not appear in such circumstances. But we are keeping a weather eye out. We may find him the first night. It's never possible to know. Sheep, sheep. And just like that, they're two different colors. That is not going to be that useful. But the mutton will taste good, even raw. Really want to get a bed so that we can sleep the first night. That'll show you to call me a speedrunner. I assume they don't sleep at all. But we got some beefs here. We're also going to just, yeah, we got to eat some raw. Oh no, I put the wrong thing there. A skeleton rattles. That's bad news, bears, because what I really need is to eat all of this raw food really quick and then just make my way over on that wall. Grab that coal, and then we're going to be able to make a furnace. Now, that's not a bed, but... Oh yeah, it's the first stone I've gotten to, isn't it? So we're going to need 8 stone. Don't know what I'm doing here. I'm just trying to move some stuff around, and I'm hoping that maybe this will work, because it was dropping a lot and my computer normally doesn't do that, so I'm sorry if the viewing experience is bad. But anyway, that's about to not matter, because if we don't get a sheep, we're gonna have to get out on the water for the night, which is fine. Yeah, we're just gonna do that. So I've never done this before, but I've always imagined that it's a totally fine way to live your life, right? So, first day of hardcore, you pull what you can call a me, right? You're stuck out in the middle of the water. You didn't get enough sheep. You got a little bit of armor, but not enough. And you don't have a bed. But that's still fine, right? Because what's going to be in the water? Drowned? I mean, theoretically. And while drowned could hurt, we've got 5 cooked chicken. We got a furnace. But what I'm going to do is go out to my little shipwreck and put a couple of torches down. Is this an archaeology site down here? If it is, we're going to want to give it a wide berth. We're seeing a little bit of light. The reason for the wide berth is because of the healthy fear that you should feel. Nope, it's just magma. We got a dark forest over there, so it would be quite hilarious if we see a mansion in our future, but got a little turned around. Oh, we're already 1k out. Okay, I got a lot turned around. Ah, that's right. I was just crossing the water to hit the savannah, so I walked out of the other side of the savannah. That does make sense. Well then, our boat will be on the other side. I think we'll just zoom around the side of this water, though, because it'll give us a chance to scout. And maybe see, like, another shipwreck or something interesting like that. We'll also check out the treasure map while we're here. Alright, we've got a little shoal-type situation here. Go mining while it's dark? Mining? Mining? Natasha's way ahead of me there. Yeah, I mean, I could do that, I guess. But yeah, I mean, why not, right? Y'all want to see me die? Is that what you wanted? You want to see me die again? I'll give the people what they want, you know. This is the perfect time to ask for a thing like that, after all. Given that the world is new. Alright, so how would you even begin to mine without having a plan? You would just, like, dig down somewhere? It sounds so stupid. I mean, no offense to everyone who does that. It's probably a good thing. But, like, it just seems like a way that I would die. How do you get food? I don't have enough food. I have 8 food. And I guess I'm supposed to mine for the first night. This sounds crazy enough to work, but we're going to go in this direction of where I want to be living anyway. And then I guess just like mine with stone on, and you just like casually do that. You know, I'm not going to pretend to understand how other people play this game, but you know, it probably works. You know, you probably aren't trying to lead me astray. Rotten flesh? I guess you could eat that. I guess you could eat that. Is that really how people live? Is that how people play the game? They just, like, go down instead of, like, finding an opportune thing after they farm up diamond? I mean, I guess I could live that way. Why is that lit up? I didn't do that. Why don't we go there? I didn't do that. I didn't build that. That looks like someone built it. Desert Village? Desert Village at, in the general area of a place I wanted to live? Desert Village on the river by a place that I wanted to live, which would have a bed on the inside of it? We got a triple zombie there. I've never really seen a lot of deserts, but it has all the appearances of being a friendly place here on... Yes! Magnificent. All right, we have got a little bit of trouble. It's not going to be too bad because we're going to provoke them into the water where they will be very slow. And I will move to first person for combat so that I can actually hit them. And I've been poisoned? I've been poisoned? That's an outrage. I actually really can't afford that. Alright. So we've got that. Excellent. And this is a library. Alright. Well, this is a good little village. I've never lived in a desert before. And this seems like a nice place. Look at all the tributes they have. Look at all of the stuff. Oh, yes. Glorious. You know, we didn't need to make a bed. How long before I kick somebody out of one? There'll be an empty one in the village, right? Probably. How long before I kick somebody out of one? 2 libraries. That's nice. Bunch of scholars, men after my own hearts. And then we've got a little blacksmith-looking thing here. That actually has quite nice potential. Oh yeah, we get some iron boots. We get an iron pickaxe. Now we don't have to make one of those. No! Well, there you go, guys. I should have blocked that. Should have blocked that. All right, title screen. Next world. All right, create new world. Mode hardcore. Let's get to it. All right, first things first, got to get a little bit of wood. We got a nice expansive ocean there. We've got a stony shore, good place for exposed iron. Looks like a nice place. We're just going to try to find a bed a little earlier this time. And I don't actually know if I've been killed by a creeper explosion before, so that's pretty fun. All right, so, yes! Good news, guys! Perfect spawn! Look at it! It's glorious! Did I say I was going for sheep? Are there sheep in the direction of the cherry trees? There are? That's fortunate. You know, I was hot on that Badlands spawn, but now that one is a thing of the past. And we got a village. Alright, so, good news. We don't have to do anything. We can just hang out here and live forever. Very fortunate. And there's tons of sheep. Clearly I was meant to be here and not somewhere else. So, good news. The exploring and looking for where to live portion of the game is already over. And so is the looking for a bed portion of the game. Alright, so I will put the inventory back the way that it's supposed to be and get an amount of stone. It's probably better to just immediately get the stone pickaxe and then carry on with it for a bit. Alright, this is good. And we even got like the island behind it. And that means I can use a compass to lead me home. Need a tree. Cherry tree to do. Oh no, we gotta go over a whole thing. We're going to go in this direction because as lovely as the cherry trees are and how I'm definitely going to go there, the village is a better place to go. Chance for exposed iron along the way, and there will be plenty of breads. So I won't have to keep eating this raw mutton. I know you're saying you didn't have to eat it in the first place. Well, not technically. But I'm supposed to eat some of everything in order to get every advancement, which is never going to happen, but could happen. Isn't it pretty? And we're just not going to make a boat, I guess, and go over there. God, the way that I do things that could be construed as choices. But I now need wood for a shield also, but we will get all of that at the village. We'll just, like, languidly swim across the water. Oh my god, you swim so slow. Being poor and fresh is so painful. But we'll just gradually swim across the water. Maybe they'll even have a cleric tower. No. Probably not. This guy's just hanging out in the field already. Ready to say hello. And it looks like we've got just a little village here, but you know, respectable. They got a kiddo running around, plenty of nice oak trees. There are more picturesque places. I imagine eventually we will ask for volunteers to repopulate a village that we'll build over in Cherry Tree Land. Assuming we live that long, which of course, I imagine we will. It's not like we're going to run into a creeper and have them kill us again. I didn't even know they could do that in one hit. They obviously can. My armor didn't save me at all. Maybe armor doesn't reduce their explosion damage. We're just going to cut down a tree or two. Yeah, but I had like iron armor, like armor on, and then like iron boots. It was just like a gold helmet. It should have done like half. It was right around half armor, I think like 4.5, so like 9 of it, which, you know, not enough. I also might have been lower on HP. I might have had a couple of hearts missing already. I really don't remember. Which, I mean, I don't think I had to tell you I don't remember, but, you know, I will say that I don't remember. Alright, now we have our shield for all the good it might do us or anyone else. And it's time to collect the tribute of the hero. The linchpin of everything. The bread. It breaks super fast even with stone, which is nice. And we'll use this pen for a cow pen here in a second. We'll just fill in the water because it doesn't need it. There's a place there for everything to fall into, so that'll be nice for everything once it falls into it. Yep, and tell you nailed it. I got too used to being rich. Couldn't remember how to be a responsible new player. We'll get a little advancement here. And we lost track of them, but come on. The faster we get the cow field started, the better, since, you know, we're always going to have a wheat field. And whether or not my principal residence I intend to have over there, we can start a cow field here. And that'll be a source of goodness. And by goodness, I mean overcrowded conditions and despair. But who, absolutely who, is counting? Not me. They've got 5 people that live here, and one of them wears those green shirts, which means he doesn't want to work for a living. That's okay, man. Me neither. I just gotta. And I fall down, and I fall down again. That's alright. I didn't make a shovel, which is poor planning. You know, you need one of those. But, you know, if you ever need to dig a hole and you don't have a shovel, a nice raw egg will often, yeah, you know, the best conditions. Look, I, as you will note, am incredibly skilled with euphemisms, which is important for the internet. You know, because it brings joy to people without being terribly bleak all the time about what you really mean about those cows. But I need to properly case the place. Just, you know, make sure they don't have anything laying around that ought to be nailed down. But I think this is a nice, you know, peaceful little meager village with respectable farmers and the like. And what I mean to say is they don't appear to have anything of value to appropriate other than the general natural bounty of, you know, their seeds. And the hero's tribute, obviously, very nice. I'm not maligning their contributions. It's just, you know, when you compare it to some place that's got a blacksmith to acquire things from, it's a whole different experience. But they're definitely going to fall down in there if I don't do something, but I'm going to do something soon. Not right now. Alright, the leatherworker chest. We get 6 emeralds, boots, hat, couple breads. You know, it's no iron, but it's still okay. We're going to lay down for the night. Sweet dreams. We make the advancement. Hooray! We have lived through a night, and I will have everybody note that that's one full night of not dying to creepers. Take it and put it in the bank. But importantly, we have done more than not die to creepers. We've got a village, we've got cherry trees close to spawn, and a vast ocean with my preferred early game search biome, although Stony Peaks is definitely better for mass iron. Stony Shore is nice for the very, very early game when you just want to sort of be able to scout a little bit. But since I don't need to scout anymore, I have already found all of the beauty of the world. But we're going to get a little bit of copper because I might want to make a brush. And because what better thing to do with the very early stages of a game than make it absolutely impossible to manage your inventory properly. I think the villagers are going to fall down there if we don't get them out of this place eventually. So, you know, it won't be an ironic resettlement campaign. They'll want to be here. Yeah, I keep moving away from stuff expecting it to have already been mined. It takes like 8 years to crack a crafting table with the stone axe. Yeah, that was such a cool place, and I was gonna love living on that boat. I had really big plans for a brief period of time. A shipwreck? Is it 2 shipwrecks? No, it's just 1 sideways shipwreck. Alright, good deal. So I need doors. We're just gonna go over here and make them. I could make them underwater, but I'll feel happier if I make them beforehand. I get too stressed when the water level is rising in the lungs. 3 doors will be plenty, and I might not need any, but, you know, it's better to have them, and it probably took longer because I was sitting in a boat. That makes sense. Sideways one shouldn't be bad. We open this, we walk in this way, crack 1 wood thing here. Get a door down, and then we can look at the chest right now. We get a 2 template chest, moss blocks for an artificial lush cave if we want to start another one. It might be too soon for my heart to begin a thing like that, but we got a little bit of leather gear on, looking very stylish, looking moderately stylish. Very's putting it too strong. Now we're going to crack this door and carry on. Should be a chest right here, and there is nothing in it. An empty map, garbage. Well, you did there, you can go in when you're swimming, like, with the speed, you go sideways a little bit, right? And then, you can get in underneath where you can actually access it. So there should be a food chest in here, right? Or no, we already got the food chest. No, that's not a food chest with the stuff in there, so... Yeah, there'd be a food chest and a map chest, and then like a good stuff chest, like a treasure chest, I guess. But they don't always have 3. And if I find the 2 that I want, even though it was an empty map and not a map, I usually don't search too much further. Not when it's dark. Parkour. Alright, no real iron to speak of on this side, which is fine. You know, I don't think they have that high of a prevalence rate of it. I think it's just that it was a really safe way for me to find it in a couple of games, and so I sort of latched onto it. But the Stony Peaks, any of the mountains would be better, as well as being able to go down to any shipwreck. Typically you get more out of them than that, but... I still think there was 1 more chest in there that I didn't get, though. But it's better to just come back to it later, maybe, than it is to spend any amount of time stressing. Because whenever I get to into second guessing and have I already looked here mode, then I usually just get upset, and then it's no fun for me. Well, I mean, it's still fun, but managing my emotions is not my idea of a great time. Finding cherry groves is. We have leather boots on, so we're not going to fall into the snow even if we might otherwise. And we're going to be able to farm up some iron Whoa, boy, oh boy. So it's a long way down there. But we're not going to fall down. Light as a rabbit. We already would have fallen in, but thanks to our wonderful, wonderful leather boots, we're not going to have to worry about that. Never leave home without them, or if you do, you know, make sure that they at least have non-slip soles. I'm not going to go down there. I mean, I could, right? I could just, Alright, I'm falling in. With the boots, you can still fall in. Oh, when you jump in sideways, you just have to get on top of it, and then you're okay. But if you come in the side of the block, you can still not have that. But yeah, I could just drop right in and, you know, kiss this world goodbye. I've got food. And I could make like an iron pickaxe, so we could just see how far down that chasm goes. But oh, look at that. I don't want to die. I want to live here forever. We'll take advantage of this time to feed some mountain goats some wheat and see if we can bribe one of them to get into this boat. Get into this boat with me. Yes, one of you. Hooray! Whatever floats your goat. And this certainly does. Alright, so we've got even more beautiful... Oh, yes, this world. I gotta hold on to this. Because this is gonna be the best roller coaster ever, right? I mean, look at that. Oh, yeah, and we got a village even closer to the cherry tree side. We've got one on either side of it. There's that. We've got, like, that arch over there. It looks like the cherry grove continues on all the way over to that side. There's a beautiful little island there. We've got a nice lava pool. The cherry trees are already all grown around it, so I don't have to do that artificially. And then we've got it looks like a meadow, yes, because look, another mountain of lights, like in my survival world. And it looks like there's not a river in between, just a chasm there. Yes, oh my goodness, it's so lovely. Huge meadow, snow-capped, with a jungle on one side, a brief savanna cut in it, and a snowy mountain with an entire wreath of cherry trees. This is absolutely peak Minecraft right here. I've never been so pleased. If I have, just don't remind me of it. There was that one in the last world, but that's not important because this is like right at spawn, right? Like, I gotta be careful to live forever. We're gonna throw a bed down here and crash. And in light of the mountain goats up here, I know that you're all wondering, what's the best mountain goat song? Well, there are many schools of thought. The one I've been listening to a whole lot right now recently is Source Decay. I think it's the final track on All Hail West Texas. So good, really love that one. And then also The Mess Inside, which I'm always really hot on, always really like that one. But those are really good. Then, you know, you've got there's a lot of good entries from various things. You have Up the Wolves, which made it onto like an episode of The Walking Dead one time, I think, which is pretty surprising. But you know, the next time we see some mountain goats we haven't seen before, we'll continue the speculation on what the best mountain goat song is. And if I repeat myself at all, you know, very well. They're really great. But we're just going to go ahead and... Wait, why am I running down the side of the mountain when I could take a boat? Taking a boat with a mountain goat. Oh, there's a song by Rilo Kiley. It's not on the subject of the mountain goats, but it's called More Adventurous, and it's lovely, but one of the lines in it says, you know, I've read with every broken heart, we should become more adventurous. So, in light of dying in the past world, let's go down the side of a snowy mountain into a cherry biome with a goat in the back of a boat. That is more adventurous, and it will soothe my broken heart indeed. Oh yes, it feels good. There's an Enderman there. We are going to ignore him. We have no interest in perishing this day. You are joking! It's either another one or a continuation, and it's... I can't stand it. I can't stand it. It's so good. It's so good. Look at the density of those cherry trees, guys. That's not just some cherry trees. That's like a whole lot of them. I can't stand it. This is awesome. This is awesome. It's so beautiful. It even has signature waterfall going down the side. And this village is rather sizable even. You could only see the top half of it, but then you've got several more here. So we've got like a double row house. We've got a perilous zone here. We are going to do our duty as an adventurer and suspend our love of the natural world for a second to rescue this poor soul. Here, sir. Don't mind me. I'm just a hero, and that's what heroes do. You don't have to pay me anything that you weren't going to pay me already for being a hero. And you either, sir. And you either, third guy that was stuck down there. I'm doing this out of the goodness of my heart. I should totally keep the goat. I think I left the boat, which means we are keeping the goat. We're going to keep him in that boat, and when we pick him up later, we'll keep him. I could name him John Darnielle, and then every day when I load into the world, I could talk about a different Mountain Goat song. But unironically. They have a really large catalog, and I would definitely die before I ran out of Mountain Goat songs to talk about. Anyway, I know I've said this before, but I really love that band, and I will take all the excuses, including a mountain goat existing in a video game, to talk about them. 4 beds here. Probably every guy that wanted to live inside of this house was instead underground. Bunch of dorks. Looks like a creeper explosion historically happened there. I was not involved. If I was, I'd be dead already. You know me. Alright, first things first. I need to stop pretending I don't know how this game works and do the one thing that I need more than anything else. Make a bow. Now, I don't remember how to do that, but I bet if I get some slabs and some planks, I'll be able to make a fletching table in no time. Maybe not. And some sticks. Alright. Alright, so I don't remember how to make a fletching table. Flint. I need flint. That's what it is. I remember how to make a fletching table. Because I just need a couple of flints, and then we can go ahead and buy some arrows. We'll just cycle a Fletcher. But no, I can't make a bow. I can't buy a bow immediately, can I? Never mind. Scrap that. It was a good idea, except that it was a terrible idea. We're just going to throw these slabs away. Don't care about them. Useless. They'll be good for remembering in the inventory how to make it whenever I get it. Another village over there on the side. Most excellent. But we are naturally just going to move in the direction of these cherry trees and observe some more stuff. Because the best part of Minecraft is not getting tools or making progress in any definitive way. It's exploring a world that you will probably lose to a creeper explosion or shooting a crystal before you know it. Or something. But we've got plenty of food. There's a survey of beauty in the world. I need to get a bucket. A bucket would be good. Alright. Do we take a little break here? Not like a real one, yeah. We'll just take a making a bucket break. You know, if that mountain were more irregular, it would look like I built it. It takes string and sticks. But you can't get string without killing spiders, and spiders are very intimidating. Because I've spent like a long time just teasing them for not being good at fighting. I don't actually remember if they're strong or not anymore. I did shoot the bow. I mean, you can say a lot about what happened, but you can't say that I didn't shoot it. I know I've said this before, but I feel like you guys can now like really appreciate how much I'm not joking about how I often need very specific instructions and how people get very frustrated with me because I do things and they just like think I should have known better. But right there, you know I didn't do that on purpose, and yet my interpretation was that that was what I was supposed to do, and I just did it. And, you know, I probably would have done it without any instruction. The rare, good-looking sideways cherry tree. Oh, look at it. It's awesome. It's just doing a little squiggly dance there. This is the crazy densest forest that's kind of ever found. We found this is like a huge meadow that connects, might be two different meadows. This has got to be a different cherry tree biome. It's so far away from that one, and it's massively dense, so gorgeous. We're just gonna run around in it. I should be killing these animals, you know, for experience or something. I don't know. I mean, I've got plenty of breads. I could use those for villagers, but yeah. It's a flower forest probably, because we've got tulips there. It's a little high up for a flower forest, but it looks like, yeah, maybe just like it's on the side of that mountain there. Just stop it. Just stop it. Like, what's... And this is a sunflower plains that has somehow crept up into it. Y'all are just having a laugh now. No, you're fine. I don't want to make it sound like I'm blaming anyone for not telling me it would explode. It's just people are like, you know, go up the pillar, shoot the thing. I'm like, yep, all right, do that. It didn't even occur to me. You're like, shield with an explosion. I was thinking, like, if you're standing next to it, I was 3 blocks away, right? This is so pretty. This is so pretty. It's so dense. It's about as dense as a cherry biome as I've ever seen. And no, you are joking. It's gorgeous, and it's got 2 massive eyes in the mountain. Look at it. It's got 2 massive holes in the mountain. I can't stand it. This is the coolest world gen. You know, this is what I needed. No, I wasn't like messed up about the hardcore death or anything. I mean, obviously, I didn't want it to happen. But, you know, when I look out at this, the plains and the meadows stretching out the various forests, like, this is really something else. And Yeah, I might have to make my home in the middle of that mountain, like a hilarious like comic book villain, right? And there's even cherry trees all the way over there on it. I mean, it's really quite beautiful. And there's that opening there. Who knows where it'll lead? There's holes in the middle of the mountain. Limitless possibilities. Garuda would love to see this view. I wonder when we'll run into him. But the closer we get to any place that's, you know, notable and worthy of notice, the likelier we are to meet him here. We're just gonna keep on going to that mountain because it looks cool. And we have, more than a stack of bread, so absolutely no worries about food, and, if the creeper doesn't get us, then no worries about dying either. I really do need some string for bundles, if nothing else. I never built a shovel. I never built a shovel. Alright, I cannot climb at all in first person. It's just a thing about me that you all know and that we all have to get used to. That looks cool, but there's a creeper inside, and we know how I can't deal with them. Hilariously. Alright, I apparently can't make that jump whenever it's on ice. At least I know now. Pillager Tower. Going in that direction might be helpful. Garuda hates pillagers. Village over there. Got a dark forest. Yeah, I got a shield. I could definitely fight a bunch of pillagers since I have a shield. I've got a bucket. I just don't have a bow. And it seems really dumb to fight them too, because it is. We're just gonna go down over here and check out the nether portal. Not hit the gold block because I don't have an iron pickaxe. Yeah, I don't know how much they do either. If I just had like a bow, I would be relatively confident. Because I know how to like get in and get the water down, and they really can't deal with it. And it's enough to like just raid them and leave if you want. But good news, we got flint so we can get arrows, but as far as that'll get you. But we do have enough for an iron pickaxe now. Hi, Cash Crab. Yeah, you know, some people might think that I'm pretending whenever I say I don't know what I'm doing, but I hope everyone can believe it. Yeah, I had to drag that other world kicking and screaming to be a tenth of as pretty as this world is. If I see a woodland mansion in this forest, that's going to be the funniest thing. I know I can't go to one yet, but it would be funny. Because then we'd have everything. We already have almost all the biomes. Is that you? No, that's not you. None of these are you. I'll know him when I see him. Just thought that might have been him. Said I made it farther than you ever could in hardcore and you missed Baby Moosh. Aw. Well, first of all, I'm sure that's not true. I'm sure you're a good player and that if you put your mind to it, you could improve in your hardcore pursuits pretty quickly. But I missed Baby Moosh too. He was a good Moosh. The best of Moosh. But we might find his reincarnation here. You know, there's a lot of avenues for the wheel to turn and for all the happinesses that we've lost to be returned to us. So, you know, life is very long. And we've got another massive thing here, so we'll just, it'll be trivially easy to make this a ring of cherry trees as well, even though it's only on the one side. So that's like two pretty big ringed areas. And that's a flower forest over on that side of it too. Oh man. This place is just too good. Alright, so first things first though. We need to actually set about getting proper diamond armor eventually, but figuring out where exactly we want to live. Do we want to set up in the evil mountain or closer to spawn where we have that icy mountain going on already? Maybe push to the squiggle. That'll be the official name. You got it. You know, you're right. You were right when you said it, and Sid, you were right when you seconded that motion. Baby Moosh to the Sweequel. When we find him, we know that's who will be. But this world already looks like I made it. Just like that I clicked a bunch of stuff and said, do it this way. But we're going to go in this direction now. We're going to take a loop around spawn. You know, we might find some more exposed iron up here in these reaches, but moreover, it's just going to give us a handle for where exactly we want to settle. And it might give us an opportunity to meet Garuda as well. And none of those are Garuda. You can tell. But as night falls, it becomes more likely that we will meet Garuda. For we know of the appearance of the avatar of Garuda in our hardcore worlds. A few relevant facts, right? He will usually appear at night or close to nightfall. He will appear in a position of peril. There will be enemies somewhere around him, and he will be standing relatively alone, bravely clucking at them. I mean, there might be like other cows or whatever, but he won't be around a bunch of birds that appear to be chickens, as he appears to be a chicken. You know, he doesn't really keep counsel with those folk, as we well know. All right, so time to kill a creeper, guys. Can we do it? I think you gotta hit him like 5 times with a stone sword. There we go. Hooray! Monster Hunter, I have redeemed my life. We have killed the creeper. Bunch of little lambs running around. And there were skeletons plus creepers and spiders. A spider is good. A spider will allow us to get a bow, which is very important. A skeleton will also allow us to get a bow, but we don't want to be fighting them around a bunch of other mobs. Spiders are, you know, very scary, but not very smart. We block a shot, we block another one, come in, hit, block, come in, hit, block. We miss the hit, not miss the block though. When it's just one, it's not so rough. But, you know, you really gotta be careful when you get surrounded. It's too tricky. But we are going to close the distance here. Block. Take the hits. Get a bow yet? No. I think I'm out of inventory space. Wouldn't even be able to pick it up if it was there. Couldn't pick up the arrows. We need to get to some light because I lost track of where the creepers were. And because I don't have inventory space. But as we fight through this night, you know, we're just keeping an eye around. Seeing if our pal is going to emerge, because this is exactly the sort of circumstance that you would expect to see him in, potentially. If he was going to emerge this night. He won't always. He has his own plans. Garuda moves in shadows and silence sometimes. Hit for a heart. Not too bad. I need to get inventory space, because that's right. I remember now, part of the whole point of this is that I needed to get a bow, and here I am without space to pick up the string that's on the ground, or the ability to pick up a bow if it was there. So, first things first. Planks, chest, putting this down here, just for the now. To put things like, not pumpkins, obviously not pumpkins, but like, you know, eggs and raw food and apples and moss. No, obviously not moss. Gunpowder. Stuff I don't care about at all, like gunpowder. And now we'll be able to pick up things. We've got over on this beach where that one skelly died. Any other action? No, it doesn't look like it. Looks like that creeper went elsewhere. We've got 2 of our skeleton friends over here. So how does one make a bow? 3 sticks and 3 string, and I have 1 less of either of them. Alright, so there might have been some string laying around on the ground here. There's a creeper currently looking at me. Here we go. Enough for a bow. Did you see me wince? I thought I was about to die again. There were 2 of them, thank you very much. I only needed a little bit in order to make my stuff. I need to book it. If we take another arrow shot, we're gonna die. We'll probably be fine, though. We just need to get air, food up. Spider won't be able to hit us on this jump. Easy. And back to the skeleton. Alright, well, that was good. That was eventful. Thought we might meet Garuda. It's not looking likely for this night. I can't promise I'll never go up close to a crystal again. I am a very, very foolish person. I did remember I'm not full diamond enchanted anymore. You see how much I've been blocking? You see how much I've been running away from a fight? I used my shield like 8 times in 2 skeleton fights. You think I don't know I can die? Did you see me dodge in real life? It worked. So the important thing about just this level of armor is it lets you take 4 skeleton shots, I think, rather than just 3. And that is a huge boon. Got a zombie villager there. We just need to get some distance here. My health's down 3. We got a spider too. It's no biggie. And I'm loath to let the sun kill my enemy, who's already struck. And as the sun fell upon him, he'll be sorry that he fought. Hey, and you know what that means. Now with strings, I can make a couple of bundles. And you know, we're even going to be able to dye them. You know, the whole world's going to be coming together. It's all going to be great. I'll just leave all the stuff there whenever I think about making my bundles, and we'll come back later, or not, as we prefer. No, we'll get orange here, and then I'll dye one pink whenever we run up to our cherry biomes again. Alright, do I even need to be traveling with most of this stuff? I mean, no, definitely the food. But what I leave here, I'm never going to come back for, right? That's fine for some of this, but pumpkin seeds I need. Wheat seeds I can get somewhere else. But I have a bundle. Why am I acting like I don't have a bundle? We're going to put stuff in the bundle, and then I'm going to quit acting like I don't have a bundle, and everything's going to be fine. There we go. Using the magic of bundles that they have placed in the game specifically for me, The treasure map is blank, I think. The treasure map is blank. Alright, the treasure map now just shows a map, and it is not a treasure map at all. But, you know, at least we got a map. We're just going to put it in here now. Red, and then we'll get a couple of oranges. Make a bone meal for a white dye. And then we will, we'll make a nice orange bundle to start our bundle collection. And as we get more bundles, we will dye them too. Alright, we're going to leave the bone meal. We're going to leave these dyes. Dye to my friend's wolf in hardcore? No. I have not played Minecraft with other people. I did recently go into one of my friend's creative worlds, and it was very beautiful and amazing. But I have not played with other people, but I imagine that would be both pretty funny and very deflating for your friend's pet to do that to you. No, I'm very glad to have all of you. I'm glad that there are people out there that like watching what I'm doing here. It makes me feel good. You know, dying with other people watching, what a weird way to start the sentence. It feels better than dying alone. I'm sure that's been observed, you know, in a non-ironic way too. So when you share in, you know, the victories and the sadnesses, it makes bearing all of it much easier. But we've got a chest piece of thorns too, so now I like gold. I need to get water in this bucket. A bucket without water is nothing. you died gravel in hardcore? Well, that must have been quite a story. One of those things that would be a fun thing to bring up to people. They're like, oh yeah, lost hardcore world. Well, how? I shot an end crystal. I fell down. I looked up or down. But what have we here? A vast ocean? Oh, you're joking. There's another cherry tree little ridge over to the side, too. It's just outrageous. It's just outrageous. That's probably just a small continuation of that one. But it's still ridiculous. And over there, still more. That's got to be the end of this biome, though. That's got to be just the very end. Probably. You know, we'll have plenty of time to see where it all ends, but... pretty nice stuff. Ooh, vast dripstone cave underneath this one, and a village on that side of it. That might be a village I already know about, but I think it's actually not. In the cherry biomes, the water is this lovely, like, more turquoisey shade of blue. And then as it leaves the biomes, you get to the bluer blue, the cobalt blue. But yeah, alright, so once we go to this village, we're going to create a Fletcher. And then we're gonna go down there and get into an adventure. Or die. I thought we'd beat Garuda by now, but it seems like we won't. Okay, we almost met no one at all. So we're just gonna crack this water in, making sure that if we fall down there again, we'll be fine. Yep, just awesome. I think I can get an advancement doing this. Right? I fish with my hands. Probably easier to do with the crosshair. There we go. Tactical fishing. There we go. Very good. No, not my bucket. We'll let the salmon go. Hi, Renee. And yes, I did die. A horrible, painful, no good, very bad death. Alright, I'm not going to peek too much further down this route. I just kind of wanted to see what was going on here, but if it's just going to be a birch forest. Ooh. But that is something. We do have a totally massive mountain out there in the distance. And it looks like a village on top of a sort of mesa thing over there. So maybe we'll range a little bit further before we head back home after all. We'll just lay down here in the water and think about it. Alright, we've got our bed again. A little bit of boat discipline. Oh man, is it ever slow to walk in water? Pillagers? Alright, time to wake up. How many? 2? Am I out of arrows? I'm out of arrows. Well, this just got slightly more complicated. There are 3 of them. Alright, I've already demonstrated I can definitely make this work. And I can get them to shoot each other. If I just had some arrows, I could sort this out. It takes a lot of hits to clear them. Alright, this should be good. There we go. And due to the principles of shields, I consider this to be the finest method of killing pillagers in the whole world. You see, the one in the middle shoots the one in the front, and the one in the back shoots the one in the middle. And then, after the one in the middle is slain, you could go into, regularly scheduled killing pillager programming. And y'all think I don't know how to use a shield. Yeah, this is nice. I don't even remember why I'm climbing this anymore. Is there a village up here? Am I just climbing it because it's here? Combination of those? Oh yeah, there's a village, but it's over on the other one. This is merely a very large mountain, and I wanted to climb it. Merely a very large mountain. Listen to me. I'm losing my way. But yeah, no, I think Baby Moosh will be fine. Baby Moosh is a scrapper, you know. He's good. And he's got Mushy Smalls, who's like a legitimate tough guy, right? Mushy isn't going to anything happen bad to him. It'll be all good. And while he did grow up in a boat, you know, that just really proves, like, how tough he is. Because plenty of people that grew up in a boat would grow up little and stunted, but, you know, he grew up big and strong with mushrooms all over him, except for, you know, in the face. But yeah, I mean, we let all the animals out, you know, the crime family is now free to move about the country. Garuda is going to find that dragon and kill it, I assume. Like, Garuda's going to figure out what happened to me, and he's not going to accept anybody else's excuse for it. He's not going to blame me. He would never blame me for dying. And it rolls beautifully down the mountain into this pool of water here at the base that was already there at this village, and now we can see if they have anything good to appropriate. I would settle for some iron armor. Maybe iron pants. It looks like there's just going to be a 4-bed house, and they have a chest in these, but just with foods. Villages on inclines like this, with the verticality, they are very bad for the villagers who have a tough time with navigating around. But at least they do their weird little paths that don't work at all to let you know the direction that they theoretically think these villagers are supposed to walk in. Yeah, no, I totally agree. Garuda's probably already murked the Ender Dragon and is feasting on his bones right now. Or her bones, I'm not sure. But the hero's tribute will serve us well, and will let us go home to wherever home is, with an absolute ton of wheat and bread for the enhancement of the village, wherever we decide to go. So we've already almost got a full stack of the hay bales now, which is a lot of breads and wheat, a lot of possible cows. And I fell down. No, this was another part of the village. We should probably go up, because there might be another one in a weird spot. There's definitely a dude at the top there, so... Ender Dragon is the lady, it lays an egg after it dies. Alright. And then this is either a continuation of the village. This might be a whole separate village, though. It's hard to say. We don't know how loyal they get along with the people down below. They don't have a bell here at their well, though. So without a bell... Perhaps the lower village is the more prestigious one. There's stuff just growing in the Fletcher's house. Hey, a Fletcher! Just who we needed. So we're going to get some arrows here. Oh, there's the bell. You know, you're right. Look, you don't watch me because I'm perceptive. You watch me for my cheerful attitude about being a failure. I assume. We get our advancement. What a deal! I'm gonna sink all of these into arrows because I like shooting things and not dying. 100 arrows will get us pretty far. We have a ton of food, so we're just gonna go back over and hit up that dripstone cave, I guess. We probably won't die immediately. Probably. I might need to make an iron sword. Yeah, we'll go ahead and make an iron sword. Because pants are several away. It'll be better off to have a sword, which does 6 damage over 5. I don't know how many hearts the enemies have, but it could potentially be like a whole breakpoint. So it's time to go into the deep. We've got bows. We've got a furnace. We've got cobble. Iron nuggets I don't care about. We're just going to put all this junk in here. Because I carry too much stuff like, what if I need this ominous banner? What if I need this bottle? I'm never going to need that bottle. I'm never going to need a flint and steel. I'll make one if I need it. I'm not going to need 3 pork chops. And now, all of a sudden, we have a more reasonable amount of stuff in the inventory. Which is good, because we've been meandering for quite a while, and it's time for us to pretend to start getting to go home. We We don't want to go back on the exact same ground that we tread, though, so we're going to go like a couple hundred this way, and then go home. We'll water down, but over here, so as not to distract from the natural beauty. And to put another waterfall into those people's homes, you know, to avoid both of those things. We're just going to crash here as the moon rises. Oh. The way that it determined where the lower slope was not what I predicted, but fortunately I didn't jump all the way down. You never want to do that. Water takes a little while, and sometimes the slope gets a little wonky. A beautiful, busy flower forest with sunflower plains around. My idea of a great time. All of those horses are just like drinking lava. Not my idea of a great time. A drowned, has no trident, don't care. If a drowned has a trident, I probably need to like block or something. I bet they hurt. Because they sometimes do like a whole heart of damage in my other world, which is the equivalent of like a lot. We will of course want pumpkins before too long. We will need melon samples. I don't know how I want to level up my villagers, if indeed that's even the route I go initially this time. I might do what you guys were joking about. Oh, it wasn't a joke. About me going and mining. I might actually go do it. You know, but exploring always has to come first. Like, is that sand above that stuff? It looks weird. We have to go investigate. Now, is this exactly the same as heading home? No, but I said we were going to go a few hundred blocks this way, and I technically am walking in exactly the direction-ish that I said I was going to go-ish, and that is sort of like telling the truth, in a way indistinguishable from telling the truth. Also, there could be iron up there. You say clean inventory management? I'm sure you're joking, but I accept your compliment. I do have some spaces. I identified that I didn't actually need spider's eyes. Looks like there's a little floating island over here, just a little one. Of course, they must all be investigated. I need water. In the bucket, that is to say. Although it probably wouldn't hurt me to have a drink of water in real life. I invite you all to do the same. Not of my water, you will have to get your own. Marvelous. Just what I needed. So yeah, sand on the top of that, which is super weird, but it must have something to do with where, like, you know, the beach tried to generate, or some odd. Pretty interesting. Was hoping for exposed iron, not seeing it. We're just going to zoom on then. We got some exposed iron, but it's exposed all the way up there. This one, much lower. We'll go and get this one. Yeah, it's all just regular sand. What a weird, weird, weird place. Actually, that iron's really far away, too. Does it feel wasteful to leave it? Sort of. Does it feel even more wasteful to go up whenever I'll find it frustrating? Absolutely. What have we here? A dark oak forest intersecting with it. Now that is interesting. Or not. It depends. I have fallen down and I can't get up. Because there's either weird mangrove swampy trees here, or I'm just seeing things and it's like oak trees with vines. there at the border with the jungle, but I think we might have a lush cave under here. Yep, looks like we're seeing the azalea tree. So if we could find an entrance there, that'll be great. I love a lush cave. They've got plenty of light coverage. They're pretty. You meet axolotls. Just nothing but good stuff. And okay, yeah, so there is a swamp. A swamp hitting a jungle, hitting a lush cave, dark forest. Pretty interesting confluence of biomes here. Now, can we hit into this by going straight down? Probably. But are we now at the risk of burning ourselves alive in the deep? Yes. Alright, there's got to be a better way. There's a lush cave over on this side too, or rather an azalea indicating for it. Perhaps one generates in each of the biomes? Yeah, maybe, because there's one right here, so perhaps it's underneath, like right here, and that one's for the dark forest, and this one's for the swamp, and this one is the jungle telling us it's there. Anyway, the world really wants us to know that the lush cave is under this area. You just created more memes you're going to share in your community tab? Ooh, that is fun. I'll have to check them out. Importantly, melon samples, the most important of all samples. So this is a swamp that is generating up really high, which is super curious. This is nutty, right? I'm sure that when we get to the top of this, we'll see a split that'll make it make a little bit more sense. As far as like what's going on with the swamp being so high. Okay, actually what we see is the beginnings of a forest fire. So, you know, that's interesting, but in a whole different way. I think that was just, yeah, so the lava was waiting for me to get here to shoot out. So the swamp doesn't go on in this direction. That's a spruce forest that intercuts into it very briefly, which is curious. Well, you know, while it's all interesting, we might as well continue on seeing the coolness. Parkour! Most perilous parkour of all time. Parkour! Parkour! Ow. That one doesn't get any love. That one was all failure. Alright, so the swamp must be on, like, the other side of the jungle? Because I'm not seeing a continuation of it anywhere. Parkour! Parkour! Ow! You know, that was a good jump, but it still hurt. Parkour! That was an elegant and graceful jump. That was merely falling and does not deserve any sort of designation. Got a couple of birds flying around. Rainbow bird, banana head bird, but no Luca. Luca! There he is, guys! The muscle! Parkour! Parkour! With that inspiring parkour, Luca knows it's me. Come here, Luca. Who's my pal? We're gonna get this family back together again. Dark oak for days. Dark oak forever. Come here, Luca. Give me some seeds. Give me some lovin', bro. Come on now. Yeah, turn in circles. Be my best friend. Oh, no. He doesn't want to be my friend. Luca. Luca, I will burn all of these pumpkins into seeds. I demand that you accept me. Luca, it's me! The hero! Luca. There we go, buddy. I was like, you know me, we're friends. Alright. With that in mind, it's time to start heading towards, back to spawn. I believe Luca will follow along. Like, do you think I want you to sit there, buddy? I want you to ride on my shoulder. Yeah, here we go. Come on now. There we go. Me and Luca. Luca and me. Best of friends. Running through the world. Chirping around. Heading towards spawn, unless we're not. Me and Luca. Alright, I think he'll follow. If he looks like he's going to stop following, then we will readjust. But he's in pet mode. He is following. I think he should follow. Yeah, alright. So he's snapping to us now. That is very hopeful for the future. Parkour! Parkour! But the night falls. And we're going to go to sleep here on the top of this place, which is a good place to go. Yeah, Luca, you know, he's been watching Garuda get his tribute for so long. And Luca doesn't want to eat seeds now that he's your pet, you know, but he just looks at you like, really? Again? The boss always gets to eat, but I don't need to eat? Parkour! We'll get a bamboo sample, which may not be too relevant, but it's always nice to have the samples of the stuff that you know you're going to want to grow. And I should have gotten dark oak samples, but I remember that they're bad as far as samples go, so we will, you know, when we're ready to get a bunch of dark oak, we will, and then we will see what we want to do with that. But given how beautiful and cherry-full spawn is here, we may never need to worry about the dark oak at all. And these are just normal swamp trees. They don't give you anything fancy. Come on, Luca, get in the boat. Maybe if I moonwalk off of the boat. There we go. Now me and Luca are in the boat, and we can safely get on towards home. This is a weird old mangrove tree, which means we can get the propagule. If they are age 4, which this one is. So our miniature little mangrove swamp here, we're still going to be able to ruin that one. That one must have not been old enough. You always want to check. Well, whenever we find the other side of that swamp, it should be a mangrove swamp. I don't think they generate that small. Oh, Luca already got out of the boat. Luca, get in the boat. He did not want to be left alone. He's like, look, I'm a pirate's bird. A pirate's life for me. You can't be leaving me on the boat when you go into adventures. Even if they're just a little miniature weird swamp. Stuck there in the middle of a dark forest. And a very strange mountain. I should have checked what biome that was called. Hi, Bear. Hey, shipwreck. A straight upside down one. I need doors. We're just gonna go over here and get some doors. Another azalea tree for the lush cave. This side, on this side. So the lush cave runs from here to all the way over there. There's got to be a good entrance to it. And apparently every single biome gets an azalea tree. And this lush cave just intersects so many of them. And Luca's following along. I'm gonna crack this tree because I need doors. I'm gonna cut down everything except the last one because of who I am as a person, and because it'll be useful information. But yeah, Cash Crab, I'll have to check out the meme whenever I take a little hiatus on the stream. Or end for the night, whichever happens first. We've got a buried treasure map, several books, that's alright. And then we can just zoom in here to the next chest, put this door down, walk into it. And a really good food chest, although we had most of this stuff access already. First carrots, a couple more moss blocks, which we don't need at all. Really just, you know, one moss block is all we need to create a lot of moss blocks. So we got a map, we got the food, but what about the treasure chest? That would be further up, if there is one. But that, I would think that that would generate, like, over here. So I actually think, yeah, this is probably just... We're going to assume this is a two-chest boat. And that the other one didn't generate. And I know I said I was going to go home, but that's before I saw the shipwreck. And now, what we're going to do is try to dig up a buried treasure. Good news, we've already been there. Bad news, it's underwater. Good news, I'll make a lantern. Bad news, I don't have coal. We're really going up and down with this news here. So I don't have a single torch. And, well, I need a torch, so we're going to take the last azalea thing, because that's who I am. We're going to leave one. That's the same. I don't think I needed to make a crafting table. I don't think I needed to make a crafting table. Good night, Cash Cub. Good luck with your school tomorrow, man. Hope it goes well for you. You know, I could have used bamboo for fuel too, I bet. But now we've got our lantern. We've got our doors. And we'll be ready to dig underwater. Or we'll walk up right to it and pick it out of a lineup. Either one of those, relatively likely to happen. We only have a stone shovel, so we don't want to get too antsy with this dig. We're just going to try to be smart about it, look around, try to figure out where we think it is. Lapis there, and this place goes way down. That might actually be the route that we take in. But, so we think it's going to be in the middle or near the top here. Let's just start here. Alright, so could actually be in one of these places too. We'll want to just check there. Alright, this is gonna take a while. There we go! The iron of my dreams! Gold! Diamond! Cooked foods! Leather tunic. Good. And with Luca's watchful oversight, we have achieved diamonds. You have an axolotl named Lola? What a nice name for an axie. We're going to get Luca into this boat. Come on, Luca, into the boat if you please, my best pal. It's not always easy convincing your friends that they want to get into the boat. Come on, Luca. Luca, please. The boat. The boat. Alright, so we won't get out of the boat this time. Now that it's night, we're going to get out of the boat here. Oh man, he got on my shoulder. Ruined. Well, I'm going to go to sleep underwater, because you can do that. And see that that is not going to convince him to get into the boat. Please get into the boat, Luca. Luca, just get into the boat. Luca, you are killing me. The boat, Luca. The boat. Get in the boat. There you go. Alright. Sometimes you just gotta give him the proper motivation. But the cool thing about this world, Bear, is that it's the prettiest place ever. I actually went kind of far afield just exploring around and looking at stuff, but when you see what spawn looks like, you're gonna think it's really something. I think we just go overland here. Yeah, we just go overland here. Crack the boat, not Luca. And then just get to running. Come on, Luca. Let's go, buddy. Put your head on my shoulder. Alright, he's falling off again already. Hopefully he'll teleport around. He needs to keep up. Yeah, but this is nice and green, but I like pink. I like the color of cherry trees. And the spawn here is absolutely nuts. It's basically everything I would have wanted. If I swim across, will he teleport to the other side? Or, like, go along with me? I just need him to show up right here. There we go. Alright, so he'll snap across bodies of water if they're small enough for him to, like, see me across. So, easy peasy. We're just going to keep on moving and not worry so much about it. But if we know it's a big body of water, we'll want to get him into a boat. driftwood. I've fallen down. Oh no. Alright, it's okay. I'm not gonna drown. It was just a little bit on my feet. Nope, not that way. When you see the world that I generated here, Bear, ooh, a cleric tower, you know, and that completes the goal, because now we don't have to go anywhere ever again. Is that a pillager tower down there? Oh, it makes me so mad thinking about them, but I know I don't have quite good enough gear to deal with them yet. It definitely looks like a pillager tower top, but it could be some other thing. Now, the important thing about brewing stands is you don't hit them with an axe, you hit them with a pickaxe. If you hit them with an axe, they'll break. Normally I keep coordinates in mind, Bear, but this, I'm just heading towards spawn. So all I have to do is see that I'm headed more or less in the right direction still. And because I'm heading towards spawn, it's very easy to remember where the right direction is. Mason's house, they have a chest of snow. We are going to visit the lower village here. Another Mason's house, probably broke too. Nothing to appropriate. It looks like the cleric, oh yeah, the cleric living on the top of the place. But we've got blacksmith here, maybe an armor smith, some kind of smith house. Oh, this is the bad kind where they can't get at their job block. But you know, we'll let them get access to it. But they're bad because they can't get to their job block, and their job block doesn't have anything. There's a lot of masons in this village. But yeah, there lots of times I'll say like my coordinates out loud, and then I'll remember, or I'll jot them down if they're like really important. Like the location of an end portal that I would go to because I don't, you know, care if I live or die. Me, you know, I gotta get over it. I am over it. I just, you know, I don't have to quit joking about it, so I guess I don't have to get over it. Yeah, it's a nice little mountainside. Ah, the hero's tribute. I knew they would keep it somewhere. Very important. Very important ritual, because it places them under my protection, you see. It lets them know that if anything happens to this village, then whoever did it will have me and Luca to deal with, that's for sure. And if we happen to take anything that's not nailed down and some of the stuff that is, well, you don't know what those other guys were going to do. I mean, they're bad news. You're lucky it's me and Luca that came to see you here. Don't want to have this talk again. And now we've got our brewing stand, and this cleric doesn't have a job anymore, and there's never a chest in the cleric tower. There's never a chest in a cleric tower. At least in these kind. And jolly good. Back towards spawn. And the thing with this world bear is that you see in the distance those cherry trees. Oh, you better get so used to seeing that. This place is nuts. But we should waterfall down the side here. We've got a nice little meadow going on. I think it's a meadow. No, this is a plains. I thought it was a meadow. Kind of high up for a plains at 116, but I guess they do generate high. And a meadow would have many more smatterings of flowers, I suppose. Oh, here's the meadow. Okay. This light green differentiation is what we were looking for. Now, do I put a waterfall down here and ruin a bunch of flowers? Well, there aren't a bunch of flowers here, so we put a waterfall down here to make it beautiful. And also to make it easier to climb up to the top of this mountain again, which we might want to do, theoretically. Alright, Luca. You know the drill. Pretend you don't want to get into the boat. Just sit on my shoulder in the boat and don't get off. That works too. We go to the left here. Yeah, this is better to go to the left because we already know what's on the right. What? Hey guys, underneath that village there appears to be a vast cave. So that'll be interesting. Only 1,000 blocks out of spawn. We got a couple of those to potentially go into. I don't think that's the one that we saw earlier. No, when I loaded into this world, I think it's just about the most excited I've ever been at Minecraft World Generation, because now I have been in just enough worlds to feel like I know when I see one that's like cooler than you normally expect. And boy, do I feel like this one. I mean, I don't think it's the prettiest seed anyone's ever seen. I would never try to compete with a bunch of people I don't know, but it's something that's really, it's something else. I like this place a lot. And when we round the corner, all of the talking about that will become more clear. We're going to, oh, if you put it in the center, you get a little star. But we're just going to push over there, make the obsidian, and actually we could, no, not quite, but like you could almost make another portal here. I would have needed to situate the gold differently, or rather the water, but that's how you do it if you don't have a diamond pickaxe. We'll put the obsidian there, and we get pants of projectile projection 4, which, you know, they're gold, they'll break eventually, but it's quite nice, actually. And boots of feather falling too, which we'll put on until they break. Luca this time elected to stay in the boat, which is nice. I left the gold block. Please stay in the boat, Luca. We're getting right back in the boat. Come on, Luca. After I just talked about how good we were doing with the boat. Please get back in the boat, Luca. Luca, I'm begging you, man. Come on. Let's get in the boat. Come on, let's get in the boat, Luca. Luca, just put your head on my shoulder or something. Get in the boat. Alright. This is the most important thing that I do. How many surveillance do I have? I think it's just one. I think it's just the one. He is a moose named Spunky that was won out of a claw machine in a Kmart by my best friend and I in like 6th grade. We would show up and put in coins trying to win it. And we knew that claw machines were a scam, but we thought like if we just believed hard enough that we could get this glorious moose. And we called him the Friendship Moose, and we used to like send him to each other's house back and forth. But I believe he is yet in my closet, and I also believe that I came from that direction, and I have turned around. But I find that the moose is quite enough children for me, and I do not find myself desiring more of any sort. Luca's keeping up, alright. And we are pretty soon going to be close enough to spawn to where every single thing we're going to see is magic. Like, what's that beyond the trees? Is it a cloud, or is it a beautiful snowy mountain? Find out on today's episode of Dragon Ball Z! You know, I should learn how to edit videos. I should try to start learning how to edit videos, and then I could do, like, a supercut of my whole last hardcore world. Because all the footage is there, you know, I just need to figure out how to put it together. Because I bet a bunch of people that, you know, don't have time to watch 40 hours of streaming would think that's kind of cool. I know that 100 days are, like, the thing, but I don't care about doing that at all. But once the thing is done... Yes, jungle, and then there we have the snowy beauty that we're headed toward. Is this a thunderstorm? The clouds are really dark. I think this is a thunderstorm, but I don't... There you go. So, thunderstorm in the first 2 hours of the world. No less, hour and a half, something like that, right? So, that's something. We are going to sleep through it, because I don't want to deal with the danger. But, that's pretty funny, huh? I do have good luck with some things. Although, not with everything. We'll waterfall down, punch the zombie with a sword. No! No! Well, I don't feel good about that. It's okay, you know, reincarnation's real, and there's a jungle right here. Maybe we'll run into him again, and he'll just give us a stern talking to. Oh, man. I don't feel good about that. It'll be fine. I'm sure we'll meet him again soon. Reincarnation is real. And we'll head on through this jungle. And if we don't see him right now, I'm sure we'll find Lucas' reincarnation soon enough. Maybe he's just going to hang out with Garuda before he gets into his avatar state. You know, Bear, he might have seen it in the far distance, but... we'll just take that opportunity to pop the first round, although the stats don't matter. Unless they have tridents. Now Luca Brasi sleeps with the fishes. Oh, come on. Why can't I make that jump? Like so. There you go. But anyway, in what was supposed to be a happy moment, look! It's still a happy moment. It's all good. Luca will be back. Death is not forever. Merely a setback. But what is forever is beauty. And as we walk through this forest, let us remember that not every forest is made of birch and oak trees. Some of them are magnificent. Some of them are made of cherry trees. Some of them take place in the shadow of mountains. And all you have to do is overcome your sadness long enough to experience some of it, and it will, you know, steel you against the future. No matter what, you'll be able to look at this and say, hey, at least I had cherry trees. At least there was a vast meadow punctuated by this, with a huge snowy mountain, villages all around, a decent amount of pumpkins. We actually have 3 snow caps here, which is pretty cool to have them separated like so. And the silly little goats are doing their silly little games and punting bunnies around down the mountainside. But yeah, the trees. So, you know, I didn't do any of this. I just started this world. And we're approaching spawn. And when I show you where I spawned, you'll just, if you go back and watch this video, just see me giggling and saying, I can't believe it, or what, or that's amazing, or anything like that. And what's here really only shows you a little bit, because it goes on for like 2,000 blocks. Also, I need to eat some bread or I'll die. Because you have this huge lake here, and look at the other side. Look at that. That's right. There's a cherry forest over there, and it goes on for freaking ever. And then you've got that cool little arch, and then on the other side of this, you'll never guess. I did, Bear. It was really cool. I looked at the Blue Mountain, and I looked at the inside there with the Axolotl Cave, but look at this. That cherry forest goes on, like, for ages. There's another crazy mountain on the other side of it, and, yeah. And this is the Mountain of Spawn. And that's what you see when you walk a little bit in one direction. Yeah, dude, you would not believe it. It goes on and on and on. For like another 1,000 blocks in that direction, you can't go anywhere without seeing more cherry trees. And we now, yeah, we're just like a couple hundred blocks from spawn. So it's like on the other side of the mountain here, where they do have a nice village that we're returning to. We could use this village, which I think might be where we set up for our initial village, because in between the two cherry groves is better than in the middle. You get like the look of the icy water going into the more turquoisey from the cherry tree, and then you have like this vast ocean here. So I'm gonna make a really good roller coaster if I don't die trying. And there's the village over there that I initially went to, but yeah, so it was just basically like right around in here. Maybe it was like over there in that that beachhead. I don't remember exactly where. It wasn't 0-0, but yeah. And then I turn around and this is the mountain. But it's such a good place. But we need to decide where we're going to set up shop. I think over here is the logical place, right? For the principal residence. Maybe up here on this ridge in between the cherry groves, and we can plant more here, you know, and then we could do it up there on the top of the meadow. But inside of that cherry grove, also a good choice, and we can just move some villagers over. But I just don't know what to do. Because this cherry grove, on the other side of it, there's like a mountain with icy things. It looks like it's got eyes. It looks like a supervillain lair. So I might build there, but having more practical access to a village would be good initially. We can make like a starter home and then move to Evil Villain Lair once we get a bunch of stuff. But yeah, so if you stand at the top of this little meadow here, you see like that's a very dense and vast cherry tree biome, and then goes on over there and you've got this going, which is just like, for my money, just about one of the coolest places I've ever seen in Minecraft, even though we've looked over it twice. We are trying to decide on a place to settle. So yeah, overlooking the ocean could be good. We could go, because like here, that's one thing, but we could go even further in that direction and have that, but I just don't know. We don't need to go like inside the village, and depending on how we try to, you know, set things up, we may not need so there, but I'm thinking like the just like building here at like the edge of the meadow could be really cool. We could also have an Evil Villain Lair inside of there, because is there a dripstone cave in that side too? But you know, the days are just packed with possibilities. Well, we'll just go down to this village and put a chest down. How about that? Happy early Halloween. So the problem with this place is we've got these huge chasms in the middle of it. That's not an insurmountable problem. It's just pretty annoying. And certainly the villagers will have issues with it if we leave them to their own devices. And I accidentally hit the villager, I think just with eggs, though. And it looks like it's time to brawl. We're going to drop some water and get the distance we need to safely kill these guys, because there could be a lot of enemies, and you just want to make sure that they don't get a chance to get up and around you. And I need more coal for torches. What I need is to not engage in a fight if I don't have the ability to pick up gear, especially at this point in the game. But I knew he was going to do that. I heard the creaking of his little bones. I'm going to die if I get shot, but we won't get shot. No, I would have lived through another shot. The projectile projection on the pants, I think, is actually very, very significant amounts. I almost hit that villager. He really wants to go in here. I wish he was less into it. I need coal before I go in. We're not, you know, if the villager wants to go in there and die, that's up to him. And that'll last until some idiot walks over the side of it. Whatever, you know, you can't do everything for them. This should protect them a little bit, not from this creeper. I will protect them from that. Because that's what archers do. No, we have not yet found Garuda. I'm expecting him to present himself pretty soon, especially now that we've chosen a place to live. Or rather, sort of tentatively done it. It's likely that he will emerge and think, you know, now that we're ready to set down, I'm sure you have enough seeds for me. Well, these people, I've already salvaged the hero's tribute. And actually, they were, before I showed up there for this, that was already, like, 3 of them were stuck down there. So I've already rescued that specific guy and 2 of his friends from that hole already, where they were entirely stuck. They were never going to get out. As far as this village is concerned, I'm already a big damn hero. Alright, there's a hole in the wall here which will serve no purpose for the village. We will plug it. So, do I make a sheep fence? I think we just, yeah, we need to start making farms. So that's, you know, we need to do all of the things, right? We need to make a house. We need to set up farms. We need to make a house with an entryway that Garuda can't get out of, so that when we do find him, you know, he'll be able to slink right back into home like normal, like nothing ever happened. And we need coal. We can do all of that in here. So we can do some of that in here. Oh yeah, well I mean, I just showed up, and even though I hit that guy with eggs, he wasn't even upset with me. That's what a good friend I've been to this village. Because I literally walked up to him and started pelting him with eggs, and he was just like, yeah, sure, whatever, dude. And although I have never had eggs directly thrown at me, I imagine I would be less than blasé about it. More than blasé? I'm not sure which direction we would use the expression. I would be captivated by intense feeling. Speaking of intense feeling, I now have the ability to get more iron armor, don't I? Yes, I do. Wait, no, you can burn bamboo for the fuel. One bucket has the shield almost broken. You see, that happens when you use a shield all the time. Feather falling's fine, but, you know, the extra armor is certainly better, and the feather falling won't last forever anyway. And I have either broken my axe or dropped it. I have broken it. Well, you know, we'll make an iron one. Actually, we'll do better than that. We will make the block that gets you a toolsmith, and then we will buy an iron one from him. Actually, we can't do that. We'll do better than that. We'll set up the whole economy. Starting with this guy, who better buy wheat and then pumpkins, or I'm going to be very disappointed. Alright, I need to make a chest still, because I've just thrown a large amount of valuable stuff on the ground, and I don't have an axe. Alright, so an egg inspector came in to inspect eggs. Well, that is good. I'm glad that we passed. Good night, Bear. Like my diamond? Yeah, I mean, why not? We'll put the diamond in the pouch. That's better. Alright, so this farmer. And now he just needs to buy pumpkins. And he'll buy pumpkins. Excellent. So, we're perfect. Everything here is good. That farmer is going to be the key to wealth, happiness, and victory. If we choose to farm pumpkins, which we probably will. But, so what to do? Well, yeah. First things first, I need to get an axe. I have emeralds now, so now I just need to see how to make the weaponsmith thing. Smithing table, planks and ingots. So we'll just take the planks out of here real quick. Where did I put the bed? In the chest? That's not very bed discipline of me. Where did I put the bed? Alright, they are all trying to crawl up here with the coming night. Apparently they know what's going on now. But where did I put the bed? This is so annoying. It could be anywhere. Well, at least we know how to get another bed. Plenty of sheep around. Is that you, buddy? It looks like it could be him. A spider? Garuda, it is you! Come, buddy, let's get out of this place. Don't worry, if that spider comes over here, we'll punch him in the face with an axe. Come, Garuda, it's not safe out here. We must get you safely ensconced in a building with a door, and then a fence, and then another fence. Here, have another seed, buddy. Garuda was actually going to punch him in the face with his beak. Garuda, come on, buddy. A little less chutzpah. Let's just try to get through this night, and then we can shuffle our enemies off this mortal coil later on. And since I read Hamlet for you guys earlier today, you will recall that whenever I say shuffle off this mortal coil, which I do all the time for killing, it is in fact a Hamlet reference. Of course it is. Come inside, Garuda. Yes. Good Garuda. The boss is back. And in great traditional fashion, we know what to do. We're going to build a bed, put it in a corner. Or rather, not in a corner. And I just need to get a little bit more wood, and then we can get some fencing down. No, we'll go to sleep for the night. We'll stay in here so that we can make sure Garuda is safe. He probably won't leave the door when these villagers do. Especially not when he's looking at these. This villager will leave. We'll move his bed somewhere else. He won't need it anymore. This is the temporary headquarters of the crime family. Don't you dare go in that gate, or in the secondary gate that will become practical in a brief period of time. Alright, I don't think that gate's gonna work, but importantly, we'll just block the door like so, and then once we get a guy to buy an axe from, we'll be able to cut down some more. Alright, this is a good place for a weaponsmith, isn't it? Somebody choose a job. Oh, they're in talking mode, I guess. There are 4... What? That's a bit weird for the middle of the day. I guess they're coming up from there. We're really going to have to deal with that. But this guy... Oh, that was a toolsmith. I needed a weaponsmith. Which is the grindstone. And how do we get a grindstone? Do you need proper stone for that? Well, I don't remember. to make a stone axe, because what I need to do more than any other thing is get a proper fence put on my house. We'll put a slab there, and maybe that'll help us make something. Couple of sticks. Nope. Alright, so I am in absolute shambles right now trying to get an axe. We're going to go back to punching wood mode as if it is the first day, and then punching dirt mode as if it is the second day. And now with our stone axe finally in the inventory. We'll get a little bit more wood. But yeah, it looks like I'm not going to have much of a choice about dealing with this. I need to... oh, I almost popped the golem. That would have been bad news bears. Yeah, apparently this village will have a steady stream of enemies coming up until I can deal with it. And that golem, while vigorous, will not live forever. But yeah, they are really just churning up. There must be a very, very large area there. Yeah, you know, they really sort of fudge it a little bit with their like, all right, this guy sells axes and shovels, but the other guy sells shovels and axes. We don't need to buy any of this. We don't need to buy any of this. We do need to make sure that no one goes in the house, which... might need slightly more fencing than that, but it should do. And I kind of prefer to have another higher one next to the door. I don't even know if it works, but I just like it for the look. But at least everything's fine again, you know? We found Garuda. We got a little bit of charcoal. We got bread. We got cherry trees. We've got everything already right here. We're almost to full iron armor. And the stuff that we have that's not iron is still gold. I mean, it'll break before too long, but not immediately. And the pants are legitimately good against skellies, so... nothing to really complain about on that front. But I'm trying to go home without a chest, and that's going to lead to misery and sadness. Because we need a chest inside of the house to put certain supplies. Which supplies? I mean lots of them. A crafting table and a chest springs to mind, though. Because I don't even have any seeds in here right now. Which is making Garuda really antsy. He's like, hey, what do you think this thing of ours is? You just come in here? Oh, I already had a crafting table. Well, no wonder he's antsy. He's like, hey, you forgot you had a crafting table? You should be out earning. Where are the seeds? Where's the crew? And then he sat down and played this sick lick on the piano. Alright, we got breads. We just need to get a different bundle. just more wood, then we'll get torches, and then we'll go down into the deep there, light it up a little bit, hopefully find a reputable amount of iron, which is what I imagine will happen. I'm sure we won't just, like, die or anything dumb like that. Alright, no, that's how to make the stonecutter thing with slabs. That's how to make the grindstone. Okay, I knew I would eventually come upon it if we looked far enough. Alright, grindstone is just stick, one slab, couple planks. Easy peasy. All you gotta do is remember that you need the stupid slabs. And we'll just throw a grindstone here in the middle of the village, because why not? That's a good place to work, right? Who wants the job? Anybody? Nobody wants the job. I think we chose to put this down at a time of day when no one wanted to work. How about now, guys? I don't think they really appreciate this this attempt to force them to do it. I just want to see a guy with an eye patch appear. But apparently all of these folks are just chatting with each other. Doing their chirpy little thing. Alright, here you go. And we buy an iron axe. He has an iron sword of knockback 1, which is trash, so we're going to have to level him up by buying iron axes, as is tradition. We'll give Garuda his seeds. Take the logs with us, but leave, you know, some of this stuff here. We got 58, 48 arrows. This should be good enough. I need to do so many things. I need to plant. I need to, like, start up the wheat farm. I need to do everything. But what I'm gonna do is take care of this monster problem first. That's where we're going right now. We've got a shield that's not gonna break immediately. I'm gonna make another one. We're gonna start doing like we're supposed to. We've arrived at a temporary home at least, so it's time to get the stuff out of the bundle that we wanted to save, which apparently was another bundle. You know, stuff like that. We'll put the shields in that bundle, and we'll be ready to roll out after we lay down for the night, naturally. Yeah, I quite agree. Those zombies were getting a lot smarter. They didn't waste any time. It was pretty funny to see 3 running. So, you know, you just expect a couple, kind of. Alright. We've got torches. We've got some durability on all of our stuff. We've got a fresh thing of shield in a bag. And most importantly, courage. But do I have water in my bucket? I do not. And that would be very important too. We're going to take some from this because it'll just get filled right back up. They have way too much irrigation, but it actually makes it easier if you want to break it open because you can get several different streams out of the farm and build it up, which is pretty fun. Which if they just had one block in the middle, which would work, you wouldn't be able to do that. So, you know, before you're too critical of the villagers' build, consider that it might be there to help us. They really aren't playing around. They're just waiting there, waiting for the sun to come up. Alright, so that apparently leads us underground over to this side. Which that cave probably goes into as well. But we don't want to range too far away from it because that was just one of the spurs. And that's potential trouble. We'll come back to that later. So any places like that, those are like prime places for monsters that go there during the night. And they'll hide out down here and then they'll jump you during the daytime. Very sneaky. You don't want to underestimate the sneakiness. That's a creeper. You definitely don't want to underestimate their sneakiness. That's an iron golem. We don't want to shoot him. That is probably the village's iron golem who's fallen down all the way here. However, he will make a formidable opponent to the enemies down here, but it looks like he'll be dying before too long. We're going to hit this and make all the gravel fall down. Looks like it's no real problem, just exposed a little bit more of the air here. No biggie. A bat flies right into our face, but you know, they're friends, not foes. You just don't want to freak out, and the bat won't freak out either. Alright, this coal vein is immense, and that's good, because I needed some coal, and now I have an absolute ton of it. And now what I'll need will be, you know, wood or something, but that can always wait. I say, and then demonstrate that I'm not going to make it wait. Now we've got 100 torches, which is a good amount. Allows you to confidently move around. So we've done good with this. Now this is a secured area. And while we could go further just like for fun, we're going to go further in this direction because it goes down pretty far. But we don't want the entrance to be, you know, in the middle of the village or they'll all use it. I don't even know if that's going to connect. We might have to make it connect. Ah, this one's here. But, oh no, the poor cat got stuck. It'll be okay. It's a brave cat. I'm sure it'll be fine over time. Yep, but we're just going to go this way. And it'll probably all be fine, and if not, we can probably get out in time, and if not, then, well, I don't know if I'll start another world today, but... Alright, moments of truth. How far down does the rabbit hole go? But it won't be a rabbit hole, of course. It will be a magnificent water hole. Somebody's poisoned the water hole. I just had to. You'll forgive me. Skeleton rattles. Alright, so, in conclusion, I'm worse at fighting in second person than I am, or rather in first person than I am in third person. I'm probably worst in second person. I thought that cat was mad at me, but the cat is just going to adventure down into the deeps with me. Hiss at the creepers, keep them away. Iron. More iron. You know, we're gonna have to stop eventually, but when you're clearing up darkness, you want to move fast, get the light down, and then go back and take stock of what you found. Basically, no matter how exciting, because making sure you're safe is much more important than all of those considerations. And we get a veritable smorgasbord of iron, 6 raw iron. That's gonna get us a chunk. But we may well need an absolute ton of iron to level up our merchants. But if we just, you know, learn how to mine, then I could, I guess, get my diamonds on my own. Though it sounds like a ridiculous plan. Alright, we've got a lot more depth to go. We're just at 37 right now, but it looks like we are going to go down far in this little line. But the water will lead us the way right back up. We'll always be able to count on that, and that's why, like, I actually really like my my mining strategies, such as they are. I can't see them, but I know they're there. Zombie villager groans. It sounded a little weird, but if it's just a zombie villager, nothing to really worry about. That's definitely a creepy little sound. It sounds almost witch-like. It's not a witch, but it definitely has that reminiscence. Down to lapis level now. 19. As soon as we get to down to like 0 around there, you start getting diamonds. Yeah, diamond does make me feel very safe, but I'm not in diamond. Alright, we've got... If I lean forward, we'll see tough, deep slate, the like. A little bit of dripstone block there, so we might be expecting a dripstone cavern. We want to be careful to not drop all the way down. Is this really just like a huge sketchy chasm? What? Alright, but there's a huge sketchy side of that too. Good news, we will change the flow of the water right here. Right here. Oh, that was almost hilarious. If I die because I fall down trying to change the flow of this water to be slightly more ideal, well, that would be funny. Well, it sure goes down into... Alright, that's a diamond. And that is a vast, vast grotto. We know those are hotbeds of danger. But if we want to get back up, we need a safe route. And this side, too. Is that diamonds? I think that's diamonds. That is diamonds. Alright, good news. Diamonds on this side, diamonds on that side, diamonds all around. But... are we ever going to live to harvest them if we don't do this carefully? No, we will not. Oh, my iron pickaxe is almost busted. So I need to just make another one. Yeah, we're gonna... This line here is likely to keep us 100% safe on that side. But clearly a zombie can still come in from this other one. But I'm just going to stack a crafting table down, get up a furnace, smelt this iron, and we're gonna need another pickaxe made before too long. And the shield won't be too much longer for this world either, but all of that is to say, diamonds! Do we just ride the wall across and hack through it even though my iron pick's about to break? I mean, yeah, we're about to make another one. And honestly, it doesn't seem as bad as many of the other solutions, which would involve, what, going over there and then digging up? This will also let me see the cavern, you know, from a slightly different viewpoint, and get good torches on the upper periphery, at least on one side, where we won't have to worry about skeletons coming out of the depths. At least a little bit. And we know since we hacked the wall in here, that it's not going to be something weird on that side. But we'll break through the axe in probably like one more chunk here. There we go. And now, iron pickaxe, fully functional again, and we've got enough iron for one more. And now it's time to see about getting closer to those diamonds, which I desire. I just need to find one of those great big diamond nodes, or rather several of those great big diamond nodes. This does take a long time, but, you know, we're gonna get those diamonds. And maybe it'll be, like, really worth it. And maybe it will merely look rather cool a little bit. If I had another water bucket, that would be very handy, but I do not. But we know we'll definitely run into the diamonds if we just go along this wall, because they were visible on this level. And I think we're getting pretty close to him now. Oh yeah, we're about to be right there. We're going to need to dig underneath it and place blocks around so after we mine them, they don't fall down into the depths where we may not be able to follow. Good news, at least 3 diamonds. Other good news, I remembered that I had to do this thing, so I don't think they're going to fall down. That one thought about it. Three diamonds off a node, pretty good. Totally worth the digging effort. Takes up to 4 diamonds total. So we don't go down without water. Can we get the water to go down this way? If we do, then we're going to lose the torches on the ground, because that's a terrible place for torches. Why do I even ever do that? Like right there, why would I even do that? I know I need to get the torch water to go down. Alright, so that was the visible diamond there, and now we have a diamond on this other pathway, but I do want to get the water down this way just to dissuade all of our potential foes from trying to take advantage of a perceived weakness. For they will find no such thing here. Only the mighty strength of water. Look at that skeleton. He's trying to investigate. I really thought I was about to die there to the creeper, because I know I am not smart enough to block no matter what. I can only block if I've been thinking about how I have to block in that fight, which only happens at the very beginning of a world. It's the only time when it looks like I know how to fight a skeleton. Every other time I just run up and punch them. Sometimes with a stick, sometimes with an axe, it depends. We can get pretty punchy sometimes. But now with the water going on, we can, yeah, we'll just keep on going on this side even though we know there are diamonds on the other side, because after all, we're already on this side. Hey, I blocked it, guys. I'm so used to my ability to be mobile in the water that with my movement, you know, being reduced, it's not nearly what it used to be for me. Is that a skeleton or a block? Just a block. Gold is fine, diamonds are better. Really, we're just trying to get some light down. We are never going to find our way out of this place. That's okay. We're at negative 29 right now, so pretty far. There's something going on in there. Not terribly important. We're just looking around. Gold's fine, diamonds are better, but we're not gonna not pick up gold when we see it on the wall. Diamonds! Alright, I don't think they're coming. Good. I didn't want them here anyway. Can I imagine people doing this for diamonds instead of emerald far? It is too much work to do this. Like, I could be standing up in the world, totally safe, hitting pumpkins with an axe. And instead I'm down here, up to 7, 8 diamonds in this world. Doing what? Hard manual labor? Because mining, like, could work, but trading will work. Yeah, there we go. There, that side goes to the bottom. And we could just, like, choose any of these directions and build off a mine shaft. But we're gonna go this way. Gravel's a little sketch. You don't want to walk on it and be placing torches. They can fall out from under you. Tuff does not have that same deficiency. It's like, this is better than mining, right? This is just like a huge exposed area at negative 42, which is so close to bedrock. Yeah, you just gotta feel, if you look around, you'll see random enemies. And this is definitely the other side of it, where our water was going down. And when I say definitely, I mean I have absolutely no way of knowing if it is or not. Oh! Oh! Do not like. A little bit of it on the wall doesn't seem like I have to be too worried. And I do want this diamond. And this diamond. This is really deep. This is negative 49. Maybe that's like the bottom of the deep dark in that other area. We're just going to keep an eye out so that we don't step into it. Yeah, because that is the stuff, right? That is skulk. So yeah, we're just not going to go into that. And the side is all right. Am I going to mine this redstone? Yeah. Just go ahead and knock that down right now. You know, I kind of wanted to see diamonds get revealed, but this is all right. Exposed iron, we're just going to go right over here real quick, put a torch down, and then go down here. Chomp on bread. Diamonds there. I think those are the ones that we saw when we were going into this area. Zombie villager, looks like a cartographer. He also resembles strongly a dead man that I've met before, and now more than before. A skeleton rattles most skeletonly. We don't really have time for that when we're picking up our raw iron. Which we should find plenty of down here. Not plenty, not like so much that I don't need more. But you know, like a lot. Like enough for hoppers, enough for an auto smelter, that kind of thing. Is there any coal this deep? I don't think so. We're going to run out of coal and need to go up to the surface, and who knows how long that'll take. I've got 3 more coal. We'll run out of sticks is what we'll do. I've left the crafting table somewhere, but that's fine, you know, it's fine. We'll just put those in there. We don't need to mess around with the sticks anymore. Or rather with the birch planks. We might need them for something here in a bit. It's hard to ever know. Couple of bows means it's time to beat a hasty, intelligent, tactical retreat. And then when they get a little closer to me and further from each other, we will shoot them in the face or the legs, whichever appears first. Oh, he's doing the whole evasive action, like proper evasion. Well, at least there's a diamond up there. We're definitely not going to lose sight of this skeleton. He disappeared. lapis, which is fine, but not really a priority. It'll be a little bit of a chunk of time before I get an enchantment table set up. At least I say that. I could probably go and make one right now. I just wouldn't have the experience because I don't have the farms for it yet. But, I mean, clearly we've got the diamonds that we need. Not all of them. Am I just missing him? Like, that's definitely a skeleton. Yeah, I'm just missing him. Yeah, this place is huge. There's going to be a bunch of stuff on the roof, I bet. There's those diamonds there, but I think we're going to find a lot of stuff in here. This is a really, really big cavern. Oh my goodness, is it ever? Oh, wow. All right, so I got to go back in there and peek. But first I got to fight these guys. But this is... that's a huge room. Just absolutely shockingly massive. But I need to get back here and get these diamonds before we start doing anything else. And also I don't have enough coal to really go down there. But, you know, we're gonna get what we can out of this room before we worry about that. It's like one of the first single diamond veins that we found. Just wanted to dig around it. I fail to do that with less valuable things, but with diamonds I do like to dig around a little bit and make sure that I'm doing my job-ish. Once again, I have no idea how they work, only I really needed that torch, and now it's gone. There's diamonds right there, but we don't have time for that. We only have time to go up, which is, yes, alright, so that's the right path from earlier leads in that direction. So excellent. But we have got to make for the surface at the very least to drop off things. But I know there's like all sorts of iron here, but this is going to be the mine, right? We're coming back. Unlike some mines that have to be built underneath your house, this one was already here, and all I had to do was go down and discover it. Which is, you know, probably what the game means for you to do. But we don't have the coal for it, and it would be better to go up, get more wood, you know, say goodnight to Garuda and all that. And actually, looking at my clock, it is time for me to go to bed for the night. Probably streamed like 10 hours today. Maybe a little more. You know, they've been pretty different than my normal fare, so they've kept me quite engaged throughout it, I think. I thought it just meant, you know, to occasionally mine stuff, you know, like the action of acquiring a material if you happen to see it. the idea of, like, just going to do it, you know, meh, not really me. So yeah, underneath all of this, so underneath basically the very spawn, there's a deep dark. And, well, you know, it's just all coming together. Garuda's so excited that I'm home. Almost ran out the door to meet me. Hey, buddy, here are your delicious seeds. Who's the best Garuda? Alrighty, well. Time to clean up the bundles. We can make a Fletcher in this town since we've got our flints. And we'll have our planks and stuff. We'll be able to buy arrows. We could sell, you know, emeralds for arrows. One more bucket. More secure fencing. Feels so weird to be in gold and iron again, but you know, in no time at all, we'll have gotten back to our previous ascendancy. So how does one get a ton of emeralds without farming properly? I guess you could just do sticks, right? You just get like a diamond axe and hack up a bunch of spruce trees to get emeralds for your mending books. Because I can totally see that you could just get enough diamonds for your gear, but I don't see how you could get enough experience without like making a farm. I guess people do all of their random little farms, but yeah, I mean, I've got enough diamond right now for a diamond pickaxe and diamond armor. And that feels pretty good because diamond armor is what, like 8 instead of 5 there. I don't think it's just 6 because the pants for diamond are like 6, I think, in the because the iron ones are 5. You know, why don't we search? Inside of the crafting table where we could actually see the things we can make. All right, yeah, it's 8. So you know, might as well do that. The inaugural thing, and I've got trim, don't I? Yeah, I've got the things somewhere, but I probably left them in a box. This box. Yeah, the iron didn't seem super fast, but definitely going to the diamonds was much quicker than I have ever gotten a bunch of diamonds. I've found a couple before, you know, like in a shipwreck and in chests. But there we go. Cover me with diamonds. Now we're only 2.5 short upgrades from being in decent shape again. We could make the pickaxe. I think we honestly just save it though. And make another iron one because, well, I'm going to be using this pickaxe for a bunch of random trash and I don't need my diamond one to break. I don't need to be using a diamond pickaxe until I can, you know, put it back together. But we've got our stack of bread. But what I need is coal, which I can get up here. There will be coal veins here. I hit the one big one, but you don't find coal very deep. Surprised this fellow doesn't have any. Well, I'm not going to dig sideways looking for it. That's ridiculous. I'll just find some somewhere. Like inside of this furnace, how much is there? 2? You know, that's an amount. Maybe... yeah, maybe it's time to start cutting down some trees. But I'm hoping that this little burst of chopping down trees will get me enough for a little bit, and I won't have to worry about it for a little bit. It won't really work. What I'll do is put the wood in a chest somewhere and forget it, and then I'll have to cut down a tree the next time I need like a boat or any old thing. But the charcoal I probably won't lose. And we have a lot of exploring to do down there. Not the deep dark, obviously not the deep dark, but all the rest of it could have diamonds in it, and I want to get. But that will wait for another day. This is the outro, if you can't tell by the clock. Because although I totally could play for a couple more hours, it is past my bedtime, and it is important that I not yell into my TV computer screen all night long. The sand here is so confusing to me. I don't know what's going on in the biome that... oh, maybe a consequence of that being there. But I was going to say I don't know what's going on in the biome that made it generate that way, but... one thing I do know, I want to live in this world forever. You know, this is This is where I'm supposed to be. That last world was great, don't get me wrong, and I loved it. But this world's really good too. And I think the multiple golems that we have running all around are a testament to that. I also think I'm going to give this guy a bed and pretend like I feel bad about what I've done. You know what? You can sleep outside, buddy. We will work on the bed later. At least it's somewhere to lay down, right? You know, it's good enough for him. That means it's good enough for me. But you know what time it is. Unfortunately, in this world, we cannot yet have a dance party, for we have no discs. And no family. But they're all gonna get found again. We're gonna get the gang back together. You'll see. You'll all see. As for now, we have Garuda. No name tag, but we know he's Garuda. And when we return, we're going to do a bunch of stuff. You know, we're gonna... We're gonna get some arrows, we're gonna go down into the depths, we're gonna hunt for more diamonds and see if we can get decked out. And, well, that'll be tomorrow. I don't know if I'm gonna be playing all day long tomorrow. I may not rest now, there are monsters nearby. I bet a golem's gonna truck it, and now I can lay down. There you go. I just needed the golem to work its magic. But... another seed for Garuda, and that'll do it for this. So thank you guys so much for hanging out. Hope you've enjoyed, and I hope I'll see you tomorrow in my stream or one of my streams, depending on how it goes. But see you guys.